I'm gonna be straightforward with you. You've been exposed to a lot of misinformation and yes, even lies when it comes to seeking asylum in the United States. Even the most well-meaning people who are telling you about how things work are probably getting it wrong. And it doesn't help that the US asylum system is ridiculously complex and that the policies and procedures are constantly changing. I can hardly spend 3 minutes on social media without seeing someone spouting off on something about asylum. It's just plain wrong. But today, we're here to shine a light on the truth, dispelling common myths that may hold you back or even threaten to sink your asylum case. So in this video, I'm gonna debunk 5 persistent myths about asylum in America so that you'll be armed with the knowledge that you need to give yourself the best possible chance to win your asylum case. I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, well, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. By the way, let me know in the comments if you've got an asylum case pending or maybe you're considering applying. And I'd especially like to hear from you if you've been waiting for an asylum interview for multiple years. Okay, here are 5 frequently encountered US asylum myths. Let me know in the comments if you've encountered one of these or maybe you've even believed them yourself. Number 1, I don't have lots of evidence, so I shouldn't even apply for asylum. Many people believe that without a mountain of evidence, their asylum application stands no chance. However, credible testimony carries significant weight. Now, it's true that, having documents and physical evidence can, of course, bolster your claim. So if you have documents backing up your story, then great, yeah, you should use them. But you see, the essence of a good asylum claim lies in the authenticity and consistency of your overall narrative, and an officer's or judge's assessment heavily relies on the believability of your account, making it possible to succeed even with minimal or no physical evidence. That's right, you can even win with 0 documentary evidence, as long as your testimony is detailed, consistent, and plausible. Yes, it's possible to win based on just your testimony and nothing more, based on what you say during your asylum interview or your immigration court hearing. I granted asylum under these circumstances pretty frequently when I was an asylum officer with the government, and I still see it frequently now as an asylum lawyer. So don't let the fact that you don't have tons of evidence keep you from pursuing asylum in America. All right, asylum myth number 2. The timeline is predictable. A common misconception about the asylum process is its predictability in terms of the timeline on which a case will play out. People often expect their case to proceed, more or less in the same way that their friend or family member's case did. But reality paints a different picture, with timelines fluctuating wildly due to various factors like the notorious backlog and how the priorities of USCIS may change at any given moment. Some applicants may experience rapid progress while others face years of waiting. And this is true not just for affirmative asylum cases at the Asylum Office of USCIS, where case processing times may range, from just a couple of months to many years, but it's also true in immigration court. Now, in the immigration court context, you may think that you've got certainty regarding your timeline because you may have a firm date scheduled for your individual hearing at which you'll present your asylum case. Unfortunately, though, those dates aren't as firm as one would like. They often do get changed, sometimes only shortly before the scheduled hearing date. This unpredictability underscores the importance of patience and resilience throughout the process. You simply got to accept the fact that there's no way to predict with confidence how long it will take your asylum case to run its course. Now, having said that, let me tell you that you might actually have more control over this than you thought. I'm talking about people who have been waiting for an asylum interview with USCIS for multiple years, which takes us to asylum myth number 3, which is, I guess I just have to wait, forever for my USCIS asylum interview. Thankfully, there's actually a solution that's probably viable for you if your case has been pending with USCIS for at least 3 years, suing the government to force them to give you your asylum interview. This is called a mandamus lawsuit, and we at Political Asylum Lawyers absolutely love utilizing it to help our clients get what they deserve, to help them move their case forward. You see, the government actually has an obligation to act on your immigration case in a reasonable time. And when they don't do that, well, you can sue them. You're asking a judge in federal court to tell USCIS that it has to do its job. It has to give you your interview and then your decision. And to do so, in a timely manner. And we've been using this tactic, the mandamus lawsuit, to great effect recently. If you're sick of waiting, if you want to be able to move on with your life with certainty around your future, then you should consider suing the government to move your asylum case forward. By the way, if you want to maximize your chances for asylum success, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you don't miss the insights that I share here on this channel. All right, asylum myth number 4. I've been harmed and I'm in real danger, so, I'll win my case. This should be easy. The assumption that experiencing harm or danger equates to an assured asylum grant overlooks the critical requirement of demonstrating nexus to a protected ground. You see, it's not enough just to show that you've been severely harmed or that you're at real risk of being persecuted in the future. The law requires that you show that the persecution is because of your race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or something called membership in a particular social group. So basically, you've got to show that it's one of those 5 things, the so-called 5 protected grounds, that's motivating the harm, at least in significant part. Now, many applicants overlook the necessity of this link, focusing solely on their suffering. Understanding and articulating the connection between your fear or harm that you faced and one of these protected grounds is vital. This distinction is often where cases are won or lost, making it crucial to clearly establish this connection in your application materials and in your testimony. And more generally, winning asylum is hard. Approval rates are low. The law in this area is complex, and unfortunately, many asylum officers are anti-immigrant. They're actively looking for a reason to deny people. So I assure you, it's not as easy as just, I've been through some bad things and I'm telling the truth, so I'll definitely win my case. That should be how it is, right? But it's not. You're gonna need to actively put together an outstanding case if you want to give yourself the best possible chance for asylum success. Okay, next up, myth number 5. I've already applied, so it's too late to get help now with my case. Many people believe that once their asylum application is submitted, the die is cast, and now seeking legal help would be futile. On the contrary, an asylum lawyer can provide crucial support at virtually any stage of the process. Whether it's refining your narrative or preparing you for interviews and representing you at the asylum office or an immigration court, or navigating the appeals process, a lawyer can make a significant difference in the outcome of your case. Importantly, introducing an attorney in your case can bring new perspectives and strategies that weren't previously considered. And I assure you, there's lots that an attorney can do even after you've already applied. It's not too late to get expert help. If you're ready to take the next step and get help with your asylum case, then please call my office today, okay? That number is 713-909-0401. And remember, we help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you live. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can help you to secure your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's truly an honor to serve you in your asylum journey.